Good morning, Older Nation. It is my pleasure to be with some of the folks that spend Tuesdays on our grounds working this place, and they show up every week. There's really probably 6 or 7 people in total, but I grabbed a subset. Right here in the center is Chris Benz, and she's the chair of the Grounds Commission. And so, Chris, tell me, why do you actually show up on Tuesdays?
I have to say that I've always enjoyed working in the gardens, working in the yard, and that was when I first joined Old Donation. Such a warm family. That was my thought, that that's where I could contribute to the beautification and the stewardship of the grounds that we have here. We are so blessed with. Yeah,
it's a beautiful place, but it's only beautiful because people take care of it.
Yes.
Right?
And there's a joy in it.
Yeah. There's that old story about the farmer who somebody says, "Oh, God sure made a beautiful crop this year, didn't he?" And the farmer said, "You should have seen it when he had it all on his own."
Yes.
And some of that is true. I know, Harold, you've been working on these grounds for longer than I've been here.
A little bit.
And so what in the world causes you to get up on a Tuesday where you could be out doing your own thing? Why do you show up here?
Well, coming to 5.5 acres of ground, it's almost like coming to the country sometimes, where it's not precise. This little leaf has to be picked up, that little leaf has to be picked up. It's kind of rough and coarse, and it's a whole lot different from doing your own lawn. It's like I say, coming sort of to the country. We have our back creek there, and we have our little bit of woods, and we have open fields and trees and all sorts of plants and so on.
What kind of feelings do you get when you use your time and talent out here?
Well, it feels awfully good because we can see what we've done. When we start, it's one way, and when we leave, it's a different way. It should look just a little bit different.
So your time and your talent and your work has produced something.
Exactly.
And Joe, tell me a little bit about your experience with this group. Why do you show up with this group too? They're kind of strange folks, somewhat.
When Stewart invited me to come over on Tuesday and work, I was surprised, even surprised myself, because I came in and I really enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed being here and even helping pick up gumballs and fight the poison ivy and just be a part of a group that's working on keeping the church grounds beautiful.
It obviously produces some sort of satisfaction.
It does. I enjoy working with my hands, and as long as my back will tolerate it. so yes, I get great satisfaction. Working outside. I can just commune with everything that is here outside.
Yeah, and use your time in a way that you're enjoying camaraderie.
Yes, right.
Having a good time with people.
It's just a part of the flow.
You become part of the team.
Yeah.
And you're actually doing things that God needs done at the same
Hopefully.
time.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, David, as the vestry person responsible for buildings and grounds. You put an awful lot of time in here. You've been like a full-time employee for the last 3-4 years now.
I'm glad you've noticed.
and you put in enormous amounts of work in this parish. Why in the world?
Well, when I came back to the church, one of the things that attracted me to Old Donation was the family atmosphere and the beauty of the grounds and the music, actually. That's what attracted me, and when I took on the new building project, I felt a bit like a vandal, because we ripped apart those beautiful grounds. And one of my ambitions was to round it out by trying to put back a little bit, or sow the seeds for what we took away. The trees that we took down, and the grounds that we churned up, and the flower beds that we destroyed, and I like doing this because I feel that it's pushing something back. I feel very tranquil when I'm doing it. I very much enjoy doing it. And as Harold rightly said, when you walk away, you think, oh, that looks a lot better. I also enjoy the way that Chris has managed to attract other people in to look after little flower beds in their own time as a family, or care for that tree and clean it, which adds an awful lot. So I think in the grounds maintenance we have three groups. We've got the maintenance contractor who's looking after the grass, the big jobs. We've got the Tuesday crew who focus in on doing the pruning and the clearing up and coming up with the plan. And then we've got the families and friends who come in their own time and care for a little small part of the garden.
Yeah,
and I think that makes a huge difference, So I find it very, very satisfying, and I do enjoy the camaraderie as well.
Yeah.
Although I do get teased about my English.
Yeah, well, someday we'll help you get some lessons.
It's a garden. It's a garden.
Chris, anything else about the whole thing? What, as the leader of the group, tell us about anything else that you see about people's contributions.
I just find it very satisfying to work with people who enjoy what they're doing and their little part. If you walk into the historic church and the beds are neat and tidy, I know who's been there and I know who's been working, and that just gives me a little joy to see that.
It is a beautiful space. I hear people, when we were developing some of the long-range planning work, one of the key phrases over and over again was Old Nation is like an oasis in the middle of this 450,000 people that is Virginia Beach. This feels like you step into the country, and it really becomes a place where you can find some peace. A lot of that is because people are willing to do what you're doing, and I appreciate all of you doing with your time and your talent and your treasures. You make this place a beautiful place. So it's a word of encouragement to all of us. We all have something we can do around this place. So thank you for being with us today.